Hi guys, Scott here from Outlaw Garage. You may remember this car from the channel a little while ago, a Porsche 911 Turbo 930. It looked a lot different.
So pumped for that day, and then it just wouldn't start, and I went, that's it, it's over. I think I rang Sash that day. I said, mate, it's coming. We're pulling this thing apart.
But now it's back on the road and we've taken the opportunity to catch up with it. Take a look at this. This is now back on the road.
I'm Ryan, this is my 930 Outlaw build. I bought this as a 930 converted. It was a 911 to start with in its life, but now it's a 930 hot rod. Definitely didn't look like this when I bought it, but it had the bones that I wanted. The dream was to build the dream 930 hot rod that you wouldn't do to a factory 930. So this is, I guess, everything that I wanted to do to a 930, but without the nostril flares from the purists.
Because it is very different from the last time we saw it. I know it's different from when you bought it, but when we saw it at Delux, it was a completely different car.
A G model 74 2.7 base model. The luxury it did have from factory was electric windows. So the guy was a connoisseur of
electrics.
The electrics. But it's a non-sunroof coupe, and then it's had a 930 transplant from what we know is a one car. So
yeah, because we'll put a link in the description for the other video, but this basically a shell of a 911. Correct. But had everything transplanted from a
87 930.
Yeah.
So we're assuming that it was a write-off, or it was too far gone somehow, and then someone's put all the good bits in. So effectively, every part you look at will be 930, apart from the 911 number under the hood.
Yeah. So I think because we've got a video on this previously of it being restored, prepped for paint. It wasn't even painted, I don't think, the last time.
No, it was painted, but it didn't have, a lot of the suspension wasn't in, engine wasn't in.
Engine wasn't there. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's cover the wheels first. Here, they are actually Fuchs.
Genuine Fuchs. I bought them off a friend actually who had found them 15 years ago. They were already converted into a 3-piece wheel. So someone had machined out the Fuchs center. Yep. But they were a weird 16-inch, and I think they were 9s and 8s. So a weird size, they were dinted and warped. So I pulled them apart and got them rebarreled. So we're running they're a 17-inch wheel, 11.5 wide at the rear and 9 wide at the front.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It allows us to run a 315 on the rear, which I had to be talked down from that. I wanted 335s.
Okay.
The whole thing was to do everything that you'd wanted to do as a dream, as a child. Inappropriate, inconvenient, all those things. That was the build ethos. But 315s are plenty of rubber, and we're running a semi-slick at the moment.
Yeah, because it's a little bit of a rainy day. There's some puddles and it's a bit cloudy. It has been spitting a little bit. We were a little bit worried about bringing it out and a little bit of slip and slide. I think we might be able to see there. They're just a little bit slicky.
Yeah. They're road
wheels.
Legal, though.
Yeah, road, absolutely. Wheels look great, and here's the front as well. Yeah, they're a nice touch. And on a silver car, you wouldn't have really thought the gold would have tied in very well. However, we'll see from the front how it ties in, and definitely from the interior as well. Yellow headlights and then the yellow spotlights, which kind of help tie the car together a little bit. That really stands out on the car. I'm a big fan of those.
I'm sure everyone watching who has tried to build a car or modify, things sometimes don't go to plan.
Yeah.
So my yellow fogs, I wanted clear ones, but I could not find NOS clear lenses anywhere.
Really?
Couldn't find them. So I found carbone.
Yep.
lots of people know them. They had these in yellow, and I'm like, all right, we'll give it a shot. And once they were on the silver, it worked, and it sort of took me down another path. So,
and they do great quality gear as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
These are genuine, but it's sometimes those little hiccups actually turn into positives where you think, oh, it's not what I want, but once you get it.
Yeah, I think it ties in really well. And
Yeah.
like we said, we'll cover in the interior, but the colour on the wheels absolutely ties in brilliantly.
Yeah. Well, it's as close to a brand new Porsche
It's
as you're gonna
so
get.
clean. No carpet, keeping it all nice and open. You can see all the work the guys have done. The Renline gear always looks really nice as well. It just tidies everything up.
Yeah, it does.
And then an Elephant Racing 4-point strut brace.
Yep. It was actually meant to have the actual crossbar that goes from tower to tower,
Yeah.
the angle bar. But just like everything, nothing ever works to plan. So I test fitted it all without my brake booster in. So obviously once the car started to get built, I went to put my angled tower brace in, and I've got a brake booster in the way. So
Didn't quite work.
Didn't go to plan that one.
So clean. That's the way you do it.
Why do you have the X's on the lights?
Just looks cool.
It does look great.
Yeah.
Everything else free, but just make it like it.
No, it just looks cool.
It looks fucking hot.
Thank you.
It is a 930 engine from a 1987 Porsche 930 Turbo.
Correct. Everything's off the same 930 suspension, all the trailing arms, everything. But this was a 3.3. It's now a 3.4 litre.
Okay.
We're running a 964 cam.
Yep.
K27 turbo up from the K26.
Because I think the 964 cam makes a lot of difference, and the K27 as well is a nice, like it's almost like a period correct upgrade. I
Yep.
think that's how I kind of put it.
Well, Darren at Auto Coupe, obviously the maestro behind the business end here.
Yeah.
When we were talking about what we wanted to do, and I want to drive the shit out of this car.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty, rock solid combo, just to make good power,
Yeah.
reliable. All the things I threw at Darren got put in the bin, just with stupid boost and twin turbos and
Because you do want to be able to drive it.
yeah. And every bit of advice he gave me, which I was upset at the time, I've now come to realise he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, because you see somewhere they've been boosted a little bit too far, twin turboed, reliability tends to become a little bit more of a problem.
Yeah.
And here in Melbourne, with a little bit of wet on the ground, you want to be able to pull off from a set of traffic lights without going backwards. I think is probably a main aspiration in life.
And how light these are. And
Get a bit twitchy.
Oh yeah, and with what it is now, it's definitely a handful already.
Some period correct upgrades, and then just a little bit of extra spice for the engine. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how it goes compared to mine, because I'll always get comparisons. Mine compared to a stock is astronomically different.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued on what a difference this is, kind of, because mine's a bit of a handful. I'd hate to think what this is like.
It's good fun.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. What a sound. This is probably one of the better interiors that I've seen on a 930. I'm gonna go as far as say that. There are some little bits which I'll try and cover in a moment with the dials, which I think it's that attention to detail which kind of makes all the difference with this car.
It's very nice to hear you say that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Steering wheel. So that's one of the Momo Porsche ones.
It is correct, yeah.
Oh, they're a hard find.
Yeah. Lucky I was buying bits for this thing 8 years ago, so
Just whacking them on.
before the COVID tax sort of came in, so I'm lucky.
And did it come? I guess you got these seats, the Recaro. You got these. You must have been shopping for them for a little while. Because what did it come with? Did it come with just stock 911 seats?
No, this it had really 90s Recaros in.
Okay.
But the factory, the interior was just, it had all the 911 interior just old. You had rear seats, all the original carpet was all old and.
Yeah, okay. Because the new carpet, it's got the Ren line underneath. The we might be able to zoom in on that pedal in a moment, but that accelerator pedal is a really nice touch as well.
It's actually practical too. To heel and toe with this is a lot easier than the
because that's a really nice touch down there.
Yeah,
seats are fantastic. It does have a roll cage. I think when we caught up with it last time, we were kind of still messing around with a roll cage. I think it might have been out the car.
It was out of the car, but we had actually mounted it in. So it's bolt in, but Sasha at Delux, the Wizard, put all the mounting plates and reinforcing plates in it. But it can bolt in.
Because it is mounted particularly well. This isn't a ornamental roll cage.
No.
This is a proper roll cage.
This is a I might kill myself roll cage.
Very nice.
Let's put one in.
We're talking about the dials, and let's see if we can get them in focus. They've kind of got a matte gloss to them, which I think ties in really well with the rest of the car. They look so clean.
Yeah, all fresh glass.
Yeah.
Sasha at Delux again did a wonderful job. Really nice matte on the dash, and then these contrasting super glossy bezels.
They are nice, and you kind of forget what it looks like when you've got fresh glass on a set of dials.
It's the biggest change.
It's massive, isn't it?
Anyone out there, change the glass in your dials right now.
Because that is an enormous difference.
It's what you look at the whole time you're driving.
Yeah, so clean.
Yeah.
I might be sat on it.
This is part of the fun of harnesses.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
They're a fun idea for the first 10 minutes.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a bit of a smell.
I don't know what that burning rubber smell is.
I don't know what that is. All right, well, we'll go for a bit of a spin.
Let's go. Any rattles you hear, just know we're still in shakedown.
Yeah, and actually it's really firm. Like the whole car feels like it's like well together.
Yeah. And when you think new rubbers are a good idea, they are, but just it makes everything not fit, and then when the rubbers get hot, then they get supple, and then things do fit, and then I think I got a good year of letting everything bed in, everything.
And that can be a nightmare to put on new rubbers, can't they? On the quarter windows, and that rear quarter is apparently a complete pain.
Sasha did that for me at Delux. I just needed to take that headache away from my life.
Very nice being a non-sunroof car as well.
Oh, how much more room have we got?
Yeah.
We lowered these seats.
I was going to say that it is a little bit lower than I thought it would be, because sometimes, well, I guess the seats are lowered, and probably the seats are a bit lower anyway, because you've not got that massive padding underneath your arse. Oh, that's what a fresh built 930 motor sounds like, with a slight expansion on a 3.4. And your dash pad is really clean as well.
Yeah, so
is that the original one?
Yeah.
Really?
I re-dyed it, so I got some black vinyl dye.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but all of it is.
Yeah, I got it all. I
it's come out really well.
There's some little imperfections just because of how old it is, but it was 5 years the build from the day I went to Delux and we pulled it all down. 5 years, almost to the month. Every time I was asked how long, it's got to be another 3-4 months. Can't be any longer than that.
And then once you're driving it, you forget about all the time it took.
Yeah, all the
pain, like
all the bleeding fingers and skin knuckles. And my whole dream since I was a kid was having a race car that I could drive on the road.
Yeah.
So I guess this is my version of.
You get to kind of learn, practice, and especially in a beast like this,
Yeah.
because you don't have that linear acceleration. It takes a little bit more time to
It does,
kind of learn what's going on.
especially with the 4-speed in the 930s. It's,
Yeah, second, third, second, third, second, third.
Yeah. Sometimes first, second.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I do try and stay out of first, because first can be, well, you would have had a rebuild, I guess, but first can be a little bit more of a pain in the ass to get into sometimes.
Yeah.
And then that boost in first is a little bit more temperamental. Almost like beginner, you can feel your way around with the car a little bit, and the Aubrey one is absolutely brilliant. Like,
Yep.
if you come off there's like loads of space, you don't hit anything at all. There's no real wall to hit. But
It's always a good sign when you're talking about how good a racetrack is with the runoff of when you crash. That's the good metric.
she does have that little bit of a wiggle.
A little bit.
Yeah, you can tell like the tyres are, it's a cold day, tyres are not quite warm, and that boost is,
Glorious.
yeah. And I can feel it, it's a step up of mine. That new engine, new build, we'll go left here, 3.4 instead of a 3.3, you can tell the difference.
Yeah, it does have a little bit more down low before boost. It's a little bit more drivable.
Yeah, I find that with the 964 cams though, that it gives it a little bit more down low. Such a shout. So there we go, we've been for a spin in the 911 930. I think it's an honorary 930.
Look, it's more 930 than 911,
It is,
to be
it
honest.
is definitely more 930 than 911.
But it's all
Brilliant
Porsche.
car. All Porsche. Brilliant car. The tone is absolutely brilliant, and I am, the pull on the car is awesome. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give it a big thumbs up. We will see you soon, and we will try and get some footage of this out on track.
100%.
I think that needs to be a certainty. We will see you later, guys. See ya. Bye.